Columbus, Ohio. This is the Get Business Credit YouTube channel with your host, Josh Van Horn. Subscribe now and hit the bell notification right now to stay up to date as soon as we release new business credit gems. Take it over, Josh.
Hey, welcome to the Get Business Credit YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I got this nice whiteboard that I just got in, double-sided. So I'm going to be doing a little presentation, explain a little bit of information. Hopefully it's not going to be too long, but please, if you really care about business credit, watch this whole video because you may miss 2 minutes of what I say. That could be make or break your journey on building business credit, okay? I know you guys have not seen me for a while. Unfortunately, my sister passed away. A lot of you guys may know my little sister passed away about 10 days ago. So I needed to take time away from everything, dealing with that. So anyways, I'm excited to be back. Couldn't wait to get back actually the last couple of days. I got 4 videos planned today. This is one, 3 more. And I know it's already, almost 6 p.m. So a lot of content coming out if I can get through all these videos quick enough. You guys will see what the topic of this one's about here in a moment. But for those that don't know me, my name is Josh Van Horn. I'm the owner of the Get Business Credit YouTube channel. I've been teaching business credit for about a year now, but I've been building business credit for over 12 years. I have 6 LLCs and 4 LLCs and 1 C Corp and 1 S Corp and 1 nonprofit. Okay, so if you guys want to know more about me, just shoot me an email or maybe I'll make a more detailed video about me. But I've always been a serial entrepreneur. I dropped out of high school in 9th grade the first week in 9th grade. I just didn't want to do it, almost 10 years later, I was able to get my GED and went through some college and also the police academy. After I became a police officer, I found it wasn't out. After 1 week, I literally quit. Not for $28,000 a year, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be like. Anyways, I own a marketing business, call center business in the Philippines, a little bit in real estate, United Liquidations business, all kinds of different businesses. And there's 2 main businesses that generate most of my income. I hate them because I've been doing them so long, marketing for attorneys and drug rehab centers. But, I had my office manager take over those companies so I could focus on this YouTube thing full time. I started this on December 6th and did not know we would have almost 10,000 subscribers 6 months later. Had no idea. I never thought I could make a, full-time living just doing this. And I enjoy doing it because 90% of what's out there on the internet, Facebook, YouTube channels, YouTube creators, they're either not transparent. They're either, like I said, not transparent, or they're trying to get money from you, or they're just copycatters or liars, to be blunt. Not going to name any names, but, a lot of videos you guys can see. If you're not already a current subscriber, please subscribe and hit the bell notification because you don't want to miss what I put out. Honestly, it's free information. And we give away grants too out of the money that we earn on here. Sweating here from these lamp lights. But anyways, bottom line is if you look back at my content and then you look at dates of other people's content, they literally put out content right after I put out the content about that product, So, and they're not transparent. They'll say they got these cards, they got to prove this card, but they're been in business for 4, 5, 6 years. And that's not fair because I can use one of my other companies that's been in business since 2008 and get so much business credit and show you guys, but that's not being transparent and not realistic, So what I did, and I didn't have any idea that this YouTube thing would take off or not. I was camera shy, so after 4 or 5 videos, it kind of took off. So that's where we are now. I might even do a live stream tonight too, because I know it's been a while. So you guys just stay tuned. But anyways, I want to get right into the video. Again, if you're not a subscriber, this is going to be your loss if you don't hit the subscribe button right now. I'm telling you right now. You may not like every video that I put out, or it may not be for everybody, but there's going to be some information that you're going to wish that you listen to me about and not others. Okay? Promise you that. I'm not being egotistic or anything by any means by that. I just know what it takes to build business credit. I understand the underwriters of all the business credit. Find me one other YouTube channel that talks about the underwriters. They'll talk about Home Depot card, Lowe's card, Amazon, this or that, but they don't tell you the underwriters because they don't even know until they get the cards or whatever. No one's ever heard of MSTS TrevPay or Synchrony Bank when it comes to the commercial side, or even Citibank on what cards are handled through Citibank, what the requirements are, all that. There's some guys out there that try to sell these courses for like $2,500. Eventually, I'm going to do like a step-by-step course, but it's not going to be anywhere near that price. And it's not going to be filled with all the shenanigans and all the baloney. So anyways, let's get right into it. So my whole thought process is my Van Horn Marketing LLC, I formed 6/24/2020. So it can be fair for those that are just starting a new business. You're watching my videos, you can see how much I've been able to obtain. 90% of this is no PG, and there's more over there on the presentation side. I'll show you, so stay until the end so you guys can understand this clearly. I'll tell you step by step how I did it, and it's nothing secret. It just follow the steps. Even with bad credit, you can still get this. I wish that damn banner wasn't in my face all the time. I'm right-handed, so anyways, maybe I should just step back a little bit on the mic. Okay, so like I said, it wouldn't be fair like some of these other channels out there. They've been in business since 2016, but they're saying, oh, I got a proof for this card, I got a proof for that card, this card, no PG or whatever. That's not really being fair, because most of you guys that are building business credit up or searching how to build business credit up, chances are you're either just started your LLC or your C Corp or S Corp in the last month or two, or you're looking to start a business, or you started your business within the last year or so, and now you're wanting to build business credit up. So, I wanted to use one of my corporations that had no business credit at all. So you guys can Google this too. My name is Joshua Van Horn. I don't hide anything. Everything's public. Google me, whatever you want to do. But anyways, Van Horn Marketing LLC, that's my company. Mainly do work for drug rehabs and attorneys, law firms and stuff, but I don't really handle that too much anymore. My office manager does. But anyways, I filed in the state of Ohio. Secretary of State, Ohio. Okay? So you guys can verify and check this for all those that are a non-believer. Maybe there's a couple of you guys, but I'm just putting it out there just in case you do want to check. And it's really getting annoying, that part there. I need to get that logo thing removed. I've been meaning to do it. Anyways, so right now we're at a little bit over 1 year the business has been established. But guess what? when did I start building business credit up? Because if you guys are my normal longtime subscribers since March, you guys can go back. There's like 3 or 4 videos on March. You can actually see where I showed my Experian business, my actual real full paid Experian business credit report, not the NAV free one. NAV one's fine. NAV Business Boost, that's fine too. But I actually paid the $200 and did the full report so you could see. I had a score of 42, 0 trade lines. So 0 trade lines. And that was March 28th, I believe. 2021. Okay. Now the mic's getting in the way. Okay. So I had 0 trade lines. So that's why I said I'm going to go and start building business credit up for this one so I could show you guys how to do it and the steps to take. Okay. And this can all be verified too. And you guys have seen my Experian reports in the past too. But I had 0 trade lines, but I still had a Intel Experian score of 42. How do you have a score if you have no trade lines? Easy. And I've tried to explain this to a lot of you guys. And there's a lot of people out there, and especially other YouTubers, that like disagree. And I'm not going to get into all that baloney and shenanigans because Experian Commercials actually commented on my videos. They're not commenting on anybody else's videos. They comment on mine, so I must be doing something right, but you can have a score, even have no trade lines. You can have, say, like I had a 42 Experian Intel score. And that's because the industry code, all that SIC codes, all that information was there. Even though the LexisNexis grabs that data and sells it to the business credit bureaus, it's bare bones. It just has the business name, maybe the address. Sometimes the address is misspelled or abbreviated wrong. And that's it. They don't have a telephone number or anything like that. So what you have to do is you have to update that information. So you want to put the key personnel, which is the CEO or manager. So that's going to count as a point. Exactly how many points, I don't know. But the more information, I kind of wish I had my report in front of me or on the screen. I don't have it right now, but you guys know what I'm talking about if you've watched my other ones. But having a bare bones profile with no trade lines, that's not going to get you a 42 score, might get you a 0 or none at all, or 10 or something. But when you have key personnel, phone number, website address, and you have, when it was incorporated, what type of corporation it is, your SIC codes, your NICS codes, you have all that data provided to the credit bureaus, Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax, Creditsafe if you want, but let's worry about just Experian because to me that's the most important one. But you give them all that information. That's the more information they have for you. So that's why I had a 42 score before I even started getting any trade lines. So next, what I did is right at the same time in March, I got NAV. Sorry, my handwriting's bad, plus my Parkinson's and stuff. So that's why if you see me you guys shaking, it's just my Parkinson's. It's hard to write too, especially even when I'm on my medicine. So I got the NAV Business Boost. $39.99 a month. It's going to report a cash payment to all the business credit bureaus. So that's going to help a little bit. But I'll tell you what, that was the first thing I did. but it took a while. I think it took like 30, 40 days before it actually got on my Experian credit report, business credit report. But I already paid the $189 when there was nothing on there. It's completely empty. Now, bang, I'll show you guys what happened or what I did. Okay, so hopefully you guys won't see that. So what I did, very first thing I did, and I'm missing one here too. You know, I have all these cards here. Let me tell you guys exact order what I did. I should have put it in order on this board, but I didn't. Okay, bye-bye. There it is. So what I did is I went over to ConocoPhillips 7666, this card right here. Thanks to Lincoln, Image Printing Plus, he told me about it, because we all know most of the cards out there are underwritten through wax, right here, wax, right? Most of the cards are. I mean, there's a Speedway card here. Speedway is also underwritten through wax, but not this one. There's different kinds. So just like there's 76, Conoco, Phillips 66, those are also through wax. They have ones as well. But for this particular card, I applied for it. It's underwritten through Synchrony Bank, the bank that pretty much underwrites all those retail store cards for personal, right? So I applied, gave them the honest information on my brand new business, no trade lines at all. I asked for, I think, $1,000 because I asked for a minimum spend. It was no personal guarantee as well. I made 2 videos about it. People are now starting to copy me about this card like crazy, like it's something new. I've been talking about it for 6 months almost now. But anyways, you guys go back and watch those other 2 videos if you don't know about it. But anyways, they gave me $1,500 instant approval. I didn't have to call in or anything like that. Instant approval, $1,500. Synchrony Bank. Revolving, no PG. One of the very few commercial revolving, no PG gas cards that exist. One of the very few. Just like Synchrony Bank's the one that's the only no PG business credit card out there, which is the Sam's Club MasterCard. They're also the underwriter through Lowe's and the Amazon, JCPenney's. So anyways, I got excited there because I didn't expect to get approved, because technically this would be like a tier 3 if you follow everybody else's advice. So they gave me $1,500. Then I applied for this one. JCPenney's. JCPenney's does not report though, but it's still interbanking relationship, so that's why I did it. It's another Synchrony Bank card, you know, commercial card. No PG as well. So part of building business credit up is to just get all these cards. It's to utilize them for one, but also to build up the interbanking relationship with, say, Synchrony, Community, FleetCor, Wax, you know, the list goes on, MSTS, Best Buy, Crutchfield. You want to build up that relationship so then you have all the funding, because if you take care of Synchrony on this card, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get the Amazon 55 revolving, and to get the Lowe's, the Sam's Club MasterCard. That's the only no PG. But back to my point and what this video was about, because maybe I'll do a live stream tonight and break a lot of this down again. Okay. So I did the 1,500. I got the 1,500 on this one. And then, like I said, it's no PG. After I did that, I didn't go after Wax because I knew Wax is going to be harder. They are more strict on things. I froze my Experian personal credit, and I went after this one here, which is the Universal Premium Fleet Card. Just so you guys can see it, all these are through the same underwriter, by the way. It's all Fleet Corps. Okay. And don't get carried away and get too many Fleet Corps cards because you'll get shut down. There's a limit, just like WEX has a limit and stuff. I'm becoming a strategic partner with Fleet Corps now that I've been promoting and, teaching about what you need for Fleet Corps, which is Comdata. I'm working with them. Hopefully they'll come on a live stream with me here soon. But anyways, I started with that at a $200 deposit. Okay, $200 deposit, because a lot of times what they'll do is match you because nothing can come up. They literally pull Experian, personal and business, but if it's locked, if your personal Experian is locked, then it's going to be a soft pull, because that happens almost every single one of these cards are soft pull my personal credit. Even though my credit's locked, they can still get into it. I think the time when a lot of you guys said that you guys applied for some of these cards and you got a hard pull through Experian, and they said it's just for identity verification purposes. That's what it's supposed to be, and they're kind of misleading on that. So, you can challenge those inquiries for sure. But it's better just to freeze or lock your personal credit. But I think what happens with Fleet Corps, of course, they're not going to tell you the secrets, but I think their automated system, when you start typing in, and I'll show you guys later on a live stream, when any of these Fleet Corps applications through these different brands, you start typing in your business name and putting your zip code, and it's going to get a drop down almost like a listing. And if it has that information, they're pulling that instantly through an API directly through Experian Business. If they have that, you're going to increase your chances for approval. But if there's no drop down coming up, then the chances are you're probably going to get either have to do a personal guarantee or a deposit. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I did a $200 deposit because most of the time they'll give you options to do 200, 500, I think 1,000 or 1,500. They'll match it 3 times. So if you did 1,000, you get a $3,000 credit limit. Okay, so I just did the minimum 200, and it gave me a $600 limit. Okay, and I think I only used that very little. I mean, my aunt, I think, was using it for like $20, $30 a week or so, for her gas. Now we're starting to use a lot of these because now I'm getting into the transportation business. So a lot of these will come in handy. But anyways, like I said, I got that. And you know what that does is that gets you in the relationship with Fleet Corps. Now they know you're real business. Now they can trust you. So I think what I did is maybe 1 or 2 invoices, because they give you like a net 14, but really it's like a net 21, because by the time, say you pump gas today, by the time they send you the invoice, it's going to be like 5 to 7 days later. And then after that, it's going to be the net 14 at that point. And sometimes they do like net 15 as well, net 21. I have different ones with each one of them. But anyways, and the reason I'm telling you about how good Fleet Corps is, they'll get your Experian, even brand new business. As long as you get these cards, go right up. No joke. I have the proof to back it up. But you have to use it, because they're not going to keep giving you these cards just so you have them, and then you're not using them. It's a waste. It's a waste for them. You're wasting their time and everything. So you're going to have to use them, rotate them, I'll get into that another day. So after this card, I think it was 2 weeks later, I paid just 1 invoice. And then 2 weeks later, I'm trying to think what order I went in. I had the paperwork. I think, it was this one, the BP Business Solutions. So I got that one. And that was no PG, of course, no deposit. They gave $1,200. But I made a mistake. I wanted to get that MasterCard one because I didn't realize you could only use that. I mean, I guess I did realize it. I just clicked it and was like, because we got BPs everywhere in Ohio, but other places, outside of Ohio, there's not many BPs from what I've been told. So I'm like, okay, I'll use that. Plus, there's perks to it. You get 6 cents off the gallon. Versus if you use, say, one of these other cards at a different station, then you're going to get the cash price, if that makes any sense. It's already 25 minutes. I didn't even mean it to be this long, and I'm not even close to being done. So you guys just please stay tuned, watch it all. You want to know all this information. And it also hurts the channel if you guys just stop watching. It hurts the algorithm. So appreciate you guys just buckling up. I don't want to, use my situation in the last 10 days, but I'm back now. 3 more videos coming after this. So, but they'll be short. All right. So like I said, got that. And then after that, believe it or not, it was the super fleet. So I came across the Speedway super fleet, which I always saw all the Speedway cards being underwritten through WEX. So the super fleet is a special link you have to go through. I'm going to make a video about it. Some of these cards that I haven't already made videos about, I'll make a standalone quick 3-4 minute video about how to go about it. But anyways, it's pretty easy. Superfleet.net, I believe. Because if you go through the regular Speedway website for fleet, it's going to go through WEX. You'll see that the form and everything. So this one I did, and then again, instant. And I literally got these two the same day. Same day. I was just testing my luck. I'm being a guinea pig for you guys. So got 2,000. Then I used them a couple weeks, 2 weeks, I think, 2-3 weeks. And then I applied for the Fuelman MasterCard. Boom, 9,500. Was shocked on that. Did not expect that. I think I only put down that fuel use is like 2,500 or 3,000. They gave me 9,500. And then I'm like, well, the BP MasterCard I want because I'm probably not going to use this and I'll probably end up canceling it. So I did and this one was just this was in June because you can see the dates on it. Hopefully you guys can't read all this information, but you guys can see this was in March. This one was in April. Fuelman was in April. That one doesn't even say. This is the store card. And then this was in June. This was my last approval, right? Through FleetCor. 6,500, okay? And I just spaced them out between a couple weeks, but I use them. And especially now, I'm really utilizing them. I hired some more employees, and we're doing some transportation business in Ohio. So they're slowly starting to get used, and I will need this. So my total right now for brand new business, basically, and only been building business credit since March, end of March, I have $39,100, no PG, fuel cards. Some are net 14, some are net 30. So like I said, and this kind of proves it too. These are my actual invoices here. I don't know if you guys can see that. These are recent invoices, that I put each one. This is Speedway. So 2,000 on that one, 95, 600, 65, so, and it shows, and these are all they're all in the last month, the dates as well, because I actually just paid them on a couple of days ago. All right, now on to these. You guys know about A to B. So they gave me 2,000. They didn't even really mess with me at all because I was the first to really make a video about them, and I've been talking to the founder of the company, so he just got me cards out so I could do a good review for them. But the reviews are great. Everybody that's using them, I think we're up to right now 400 and some referrals, using my link. So that's great. Appreciate that. You guys are really using them too. I see a lot of you guys are 4, 5, 6, 700 gallons. So anyways, they gave me 2,000, but that's a net 7 days. So it's not great, but eventually they'll move that to net 14 days once you show some payment experiences. But anyways, back to what I said, all these are going to boost your credit score, and they count as kind of revolving. They on Experian they show as revolving. So under financial trades, not under trade lines, under financial trades. So that's very good. Okay, WEX gave me 5,000, and this is the main WEX card that you can book hotels and stuff with as well. That's a net 30 account, which is good. The only thing bad about WEX is they tend to charge you a couple fees every month, and they're hit or miss on they don't have consistent reporting. At least with all the Fleet Core cards, I know the first week of every month, it's all of them are going to be reported, all of them, month after month. I'll show you guys later. And then also like this one, the ConocoPhillips through Synchrony Bank, they religiously report like on the 2nd of every month. Okay. This is my latest one that I got, which is also underwritten through WEX, which is the Shell Fleet Plus, 10,000. So that's my highest one. I didn't expect them to give me that at all. I just was like, hey, the second biggest gas station in Ohio, I think, is Shell. So I just applied for Shell. They came back and said they needed to verify my identity because it didn't pass because I had my LexisNexis frozen and stuff on the personal side. So I just had to show them my passport, and then they manually put it through, 10,000. And then the Axe Pilot Flying J800, but that's like a net 1 or 2 day terms. But anyways, the Shell, that's net 30. That's net 30. So what you can do is if you're in trucking or transportation business, you could actually strategically use these for your business to kind of free up cash flow for potentially 60 days, 180 days if you use them strategically. Okay. So, and like I said, 90% of all my business credit is all in the last 4 months. I even know why I said that. 90% is no personal guarantee. All these gas cards are no personal guarantee. All right. That's going to be about it for this particular presentation. Okay, you guys. I hope I didn't bore you guys too much. I just want to show you guys so many cards here. So many more. They're kind of all over the place, but stay tuned. I got 3 more videos for you guys tonight, and I might do a live stream at 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. All right. Let me get this video rendered. Again, if you guys found this helpful, please smash that thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to turn the bell notification on. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this wasn't boring. This was my first time doing like this type of thing, whiteboard thing. I'm sure the more I do it, and since I've been away for 10 days, I got to get back in the groove to talk faster and stuff. But I like to explain things, make it, personal, and go through step by step with you guys. Oh, only other thing I did was a Uline. With Uline, got approved with Uline. But I'll tell you, I have now 6 revolving financial trades. I have NAV Business Boost under trade lines, and then Uline. That's all that's actually reporting right now. And I have a risk score of 1, which is the best you can have. And I have a 88 Intel score. It fluctuates too much too, so don't worry about it. I had a Uline invoice for 63. It wasn't even past due, but because I only had like 4 trade lines, it dropped me down to like 33. And then as soon as the invoice was paid and they updated it, then it shot it back up. So you want to get more trade lines, but you want to use them. Okay. I'll do that in another video, but there's no point of having all these if you don't use them. And I'm going to stress this out because I talked about FleetCor a lot in this video. Okay. Their customer service may not be the greatest. I know a lot of you guys have said that in the past. Their customer service may not be the greatest, but they give pretty much everybody a chance one way or another. And they're adamant about helping you build business credit. All the reps will tell you that. Even their deposit program will tell you they want to help you build business credit up. They are a very close partner with Experian. They report religiously. If they're not reporting to your Experian and you have any of these FleetCor cards, FleetCor only has they have Casey's and I think 4 or 5 others. Don't go get all these like I did, because it's kind of pointless, especially if you're not going to use them. The most I would do is 3 and use them, show them that you're using them. But don't have like a $10,000 limit like this one and only be using $100 or $200 a month. Eventually they're going to shut it down or lower the limit or something. You need to use it and stuff, so just be smart about it, but always pay FleetCor. They're very good. No PG. They're one of the few out there that they do what they say they're going to do. Okay. All right. Until next time, you guys take care. Sorry this went on so long. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay, see me okay. And let me get moving on video 2 of 4. All right. This video will render. Hopefully this will be up in the next 30 minutes or so. I don't know why I'm telling you guys that. Anyways, you'll see it when it comes out. All right. You guys take care. Thanks for the support and love. And thanks for all the kind words and condolences for my sister. Really appreciate it. Her service was absolutely beautiful. All right. You guys take care. Love you all. See you guys soon.